All right, let's talk about one of the best upgrades you can make to your home, a fire pit. If you're dreaming about those perfect evenings in your backyard, you're in the right spot. We're going to get to the bottom of the big debate, the classic crackle of a real wood fire or the slick, instant convenience of gas. Stick with me and you'll know exactly which one is calling your name.
So, here it is, the big question every homeowner asks. And trust me, it's about so much more than just what you're burning. It's about how much you want to spend, how much work you're willing to do, and really what kind of vibe you're trying to create for your home.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? That feeling? A fire pit does more than just provide heat. It completely transforms a boring old patio into the social hub of your home. It becomes the spot for quiet nights, for big family cookouts, you name it. So, let's figure this out.
First up, we've got to talk about the original. For a lot of people, this is the only way to have a fire. We're talking about wood. This is for the purist out there, the ones who love the whole ritual, building the fire, tending to it, and breathing in that authentic, smoky smell.
Okay, so here's the fundamental trade-off with wood. The upside? Oh, it's fantastic. You get this incredible, intense heat that'll keep you toasty on those chilly Tennessee nights. And you just can't beat cooking hot dogs or s'mores over real glowing coals. But there's always a but, right? You've got the smoke cloud, we've all played that game of musical chairs trying to dodge it, and the next morning, yep, you've got a pile of ash to shovel out.
But what if you could get all the pros of wood without the biggest con? Well, that's where some really cool technology comes into play. These new smokeless pits have this clever double wall design. It pulls air in, superheats it, and then shoots it out over the top of the fire. And that blast of hot air basically incinerates the smoke before it has a chance to get in your eyes. It is an absolute game changer.
All right, let's flip the script and talk about the other side of the debate. If your life is just go, 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 and you want fire without any of the fuss, then gas is probably your answer. This is all about speed, simplicity, and pure convenience.
And this right here, this is the magic of a gas fire pit. Just imagine it. You get home from a long day at work, you walk outside, turn a knob, push a button, and poof, instant, beautiful, clean fire in literally seconds. There's no prep work and zero cleanup. It means you're so much more likely to actually use it on a random Tuesday night. Now, if you do decide to go with gas, you've got two main fuel choices. The first is liquid propane, just like your barbecue grill. The big plus here is flexibility. You can put the fire pit pretty much anywhere you want. The downside, we've all had that moment where the tank runs out right in the middle of a party. Not fun. Your other option is natural gas. This requires a plumber to run a permanent gas line from your house. So yeah, it costs more up front, but you will never, ever run out of fuel. And get this, the cost to run it per hour can be about a third of what propane costs. That adds up really, really fast.
Okay, time to put these two contenders side by side. Let's look at the hard numbers, the real facts, from how much they'll hit your wallet to what you need to do to keep them safe.
When it comes to cost, these two are practically polar opposites. You can get started with a wood fire pit for super cheap, a couple $100 and you're good to go. A gas fire pit, especially a custom one hooked up to natural gas, is a much bigger investment. We're talking thousands. But here's the thing to remember. Because gas is so easy, people tend to use it way more often, which can make that bigger upfront cost feel totally worth it in the long run.
Now, if we're talking about pure, raw warmth, wood is the undisputed heavyweight champion. There's just no contest. A good, roaring hardwood fire puts out a massive amount of radiant heat. A gas fire pit is great, it's cozy for a small group sitting right around it, but it's just not going to heat up a whole patio on a really cold night like a wood fire can.
Safety and maintenance are two totally different stories here. With wood, your number one concern is flying embers, a stray spark that could land on something flammable. With gas, the big one is a potential leak, which thankfully is pretty easy to check for. And as for the chores, well, you're either shoveling ash with a wood pit or maybe once in a while clearing some debris out of the gas burner.
Okay, let's bring this all right back home. Because living here in the Tri-Cities area of Tennessee means we've got our own unique set of rules and even weather that you absolutely need to think about.
Okay, first and most important thing, before you buy anything, check your local city codes. Seriously. In Johnson City, for example, they're generally okay with small recreational fires. But over in Kingsport, they get very specific about how far a wood pit has to be from your house. Get this, if you use a spark screen, you can be 15 feet away. But without one, it jumps to 25 feet. That's a huge difference in a typical backyard.
Let's just let that number sink in for a second. 25 feet. That's the rule in Kingsport if you don't have a spark screen.
Do me a favor and actually go measure that out in your yard. For a lot of folks, that distance alone is going to make the decision for them.
You know how humid it gets here in East Tennessee, right? Well, all that moisture in the air is absolutely brutal on metal. It will chew right through a cheap, thin steel fire pit in just a season or two. This is why spending a little extra on quality materials like thick stainless steel or solid masonry isn't just about looks, it's about making sure your investment actually lasts.
And hey, if you do land on Team Wood, what you burn makes a huge difference. You want to stick to our great local hardwoods like oak and hickory. They burn slow, hot, and smell amazing. Softwoods like pine, they're great for getting a fire started, but they pop and snap and throw sparks everywhere. Not what you want for your main fuel.
So we've covered a ton of ground. Cost, heat, safety, local rules. How in the world do you actually make the final call? Well, it really just boils down to one simple thing: your lifestyle.
So here's the final breakdown. It's pretty simple. If you're someone who genuinely enjoys the whole process, the ritual of building and tending a fire, and you want that powerful, bone-warming heat, wood is for you. But if you live a fast-paced life and value your time above all else, if you want that instant fire after a long day, you should absolutely go with gas. Oh, and if you're planning on putting this on a wooden deck or near the house, gas is by far the safer choice.
You know, in the end, a fire pit is so much more than just a backyard appliance. It's a gathering place. It's a centerpiece for making connections and just relaxing. So whether you choose the rugged charm of wood or the sleek convenience of gas, what you're really creating is a space for memories. And the real question isn't just about the fire itself, but about the amazing life you're going to live around it.